it's my birthday week. That always makes me happy. Some people just hate their birthdays. I don't understand that. I'm not begrudging them their right to hate their birthday, certainly, but I just don't understand it because I love my birthday. And your birthday is so infused with perfect energy for you, like just alignment. I mean, that is your power day. That's your power time, you know? That's when you came into this world, into this universe, and it's just a special time. And so every year I'm excited, and I feel like I'm just getting started. So I'm excited to keep going and see where this goes. I get to go get my new glasses today, and I'm so excited. I've been wearing these spares. I had bought these because I thought I liked them, and I really did not like them. So they've been unworn. I think I wore them like once or twice. I got them in 2019, and they've just been in my drawer ever since then because I couldn't stand them. But I woke up a few weeks ago, and my normal glasses that I always wear, it's like overnight something had scrubbed the lenses with a Brillo pad or something. Like I put them on and I could hardly see, and I'm like, what the heck? So I tried to clean them and they didn't get better, and I looked at them and like the whole surface was scuffed up, and I don't know, it was the weirdest thing in the world. But all of a sudden my glasses were crap and unwearable. I went and ordered my new ones, which I always like frames that are darker, like darker horn-rimmed glasses or some kind of tortoise shell or something. I just like the way that that looks on my face. And every time I try something different like these, I just don't like them. So anyways, time to go pick up my new glasses, and hopefully they look good. And then I also have to go to my primary care physician just for a check-in. She really likes to work closely with you, which I like because some doctors could care less about you. They don't listen, they don't know you. This doctor, oh my gosh, I gotta take a minute to tell you this story. So this doctor, I love her so much. She's amazing. If you live in this area, let me know if you're looking for a primary care physician, because I'll tell you her name. She's that good. I recommend her to everybody. But anyways, she likes to keep a very close eye on you. And so if you've gone more than like 3 months without an appointment with her, her office is calling to be like, you need to make an appointment. When would you like to come in? And so that's what I'm going for. Her office called. I hadn't been there in a few months, and so they're just wanting me to come in and check in. Why I love her so much? Well, I mean, there are many reasons why I love her so much. She's really, really wonderful. She's attentive. She's kind. But a few years ago, back in 2016, when Amelia was struggling with some mental health issues, and I don't want to say too much on here because YouTube doesn't like it. She had had a situation where she felt like she wanted to do some harm, if you're following my drift. And she tried and nearly succeeded while I was at work one day. And divine intervention, literally, she definitely had an experience and a vision. And she says, Mom, I don't even know how I got to the bathroom. I think I literally flew. Like, I just remember going from my bed, like in one leap, all the way into the other room, just like, almost like I was carried. And I started throwing up and getting all of this stuff out of me. And then I stumbled out of the door to the next door neighbor's house, pounded on the door. It was this lovely old couple, Pat and Don, who lived next door to us in the apartments, and they saved her life. They called her an ambulance. And oh my gosh, this is so full of little stories. So I digress for a second. Another little synchronicity and how that all comes into divine play. Oh, I don't want to ruin my makeup. is that Pat and Don had lost their son to a very similar situation, if you know what I mean. And they were unable to help him and unable to save him. And so them having this opportunity to help Amelia and to save her life and get her the help that she needed changed their lives too. That brought massive healing to them. And to this day, 5 years later, we're still very close with them. And every year, I believe it's in September, every September, whatever the day is, Amelia considers it her life day, and she takes them flowers. Anyways, I digress. So after she had gone to the hospital, she ended up in the pediatric ICU for a week or so. And our doctor, our primary care physician, when she learned about this, she and her husband, after their office closed in the evenings at 5 o'clock, they would drive downtown Cleveland to the ICU and sit with my daughter so that she didn't feel alone. I mean, I was coming and going too, everybody was coming and going, but they made it a point to go out of their way and go sit with their patient in the ICU to let her know that she's loved. What doctor does this? My God, this woman has my heart. Like, she and her husband, they share a practice together. They are Cleveland Clinic physicians, and they work in the same practice together. They are the most beautiful people. And so if she calls and says, I need an appointment with you, I haven't seen you in a little while, I'm coming. I'm coming. I'll do whatever she needs me to do to make her happy. She has more than gone out of the way to let me know that I and my family are cared for, and that we matter to her. So if she calls and says come, I'm coming. You guys are so sweet. Look what I just get out of my P.O. box. So although I know it's a few days after Christmas, I apologize I didn't get them before Christmas. I just hadn't made it here. The UPS lines were so long I didn't want to come near this place, but I can't wait to open them. Y'all are so sweet. So I'm home now and I'm able to open these sweet Christmas cards that y'all sent me. Thank you. One was sent from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and one from Indianapolis, Indiana. So let's see what we got. From Claire. Thank you so much for helping me through my spiritual journey. Merry Christmas, love, Claire. Aww. Thank you, Claire. You guys you never fail to bless me. Never. This one's from Lisa. Oh, it's the prettiest card. That's what it is. Oh, I love it. Don't you love envelopes that have print on the inside? I love that. Oh, is this handmade? Girl, that is so cute. Look at this, you guys. Let's see how puffy it is. A heartfelt Christmas wish of peace and happiness this holiday season. Thank you, Veronica, for all your inspiration and support during my time of spiritual growth. I'm so happy to have found you and your videos. You've made such a positive difference in my life. I wish you and your family peace and love during this holiday season and in the new year. Namaste, Lisa. You guys, the fact that I even cross your mind or your heart when it comes to this stuff blesses me so much. And I feel the connection that I've made with all of you guys, and just know that you affect my life as much as you all think that I affect yours. So thank you. Work is over. I've started getting some pictures in from you guys about the journals of mine that you bought, the manifestation journals. Your orders are starting to arrive, and I am seeing your cute journals. So if you don't know what we're talking about, you need to go follow me on Instagram so you get some updates. But this is what. Now this is just the proof copy, so it says not for resale. Yours wouldn't say that, but here's the pink one. It's like a, I don't know, like a mauve color. And then these are brown. And these are very basic, inexpensive journals that you can use to help keep track of your new moon manifestations. And then yeah, these are the inside of the covers. Anyways, these are the very basic, inexpensive ones that are super affordable and are awesome for keeping all of your manifestations for the new moon in one place. So I give a little instruction on how to do that in the beginning, and then there's a journal for you to document in and then keep track when things come true and all of that good stuff. So then I plan to make some really in-depth, bigger planners with all kinds of bells and whistles inside. I wanted to get these out just quick and dirty, you know, and give you guys something to journal in, and I think they turned out super cute. And I've been getting pictures from you guys saying, my journal's here! Getting to see them in your home, which blows my mind, and it just blesses me to no end. So anyways, thank you for sending me those pictures. I appreciate it. And if you want one, I will leave the Amazon links to them below. So did you guys set any goals for the new year? I don't like to say resolution because those always get broken anyways. There's such a connotation around those, you know what I mean? So did you set any goals for 2022? What are you guys wanting to do? I jotted down some thoughts. I kept saying I'm going to like sit down and plan them out. Life gets away from you. ADHD takes over. So I haven't done that yet, but I've started thinking about it. I've started pondering. The first thing that I know that I want to do is find balance. The last year and a half, I've just been out of balance. And it's time to get back into balance. You know, if there's no life, there's no channel. If there's no life, there's nothing else. So I have to take care of myself. I heard someone describe it as a three-legged stool. And if one of the legs is missing, the stool falls over. So you have like mind, body, spirit. So you have to take care of all of it. Some of the things that I have been thinking about, I mean, just every freaking area of my life is out of balance because I've had emotional stuff and like relational discourse and like upheaval. I've moved into 2 new houses in 2 years. Frenzied and frazzled with trying to get my house up to par. Health stuff that has been taking a backseat. Haven't been exercising. Just 2020, when, you know, this panini started, we all put all of our like preventative health stuff on the back burner so that we didn't have to go out because, you know, everything was closed, we were quarantining. And then 2021, things started to open back up, but my life was chaotic, and so I didn't take care of those things still. So it's time to get back on track with those things. And so, and my finances have been a disaster. Like buying this new house that I planned to do with a partner, 50-50, I then suddenly was on my own 100%, and that took a little bit of a hit on me, so I have to get that figured out. But anyways, all that to say that 2022 is going to be about a year of balance and of bringing it all back to center. So the other night, 2 nights ago, I did yoga for the first time in forever, and it felt so good. I struggled because my ass is out of shape, but it felt amazing. And so at first I was like, I'm gonna do this every single night just like I used to, and I was like, maybe every other night for now. So tonight, and you know what, in order to help with this process, look, you guys think it's silly, but I left my yoga mat on the floor because I knew that even the smallest amount of resistance, like I need to go get this mat out of the closet, would be enough for me to go, eh. So I left it there so that like there's zero resistance. I went to my primary care physician today. I went to the eye doctor the other day. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. She put in an order today for a mammogram and one other thing. So all of the preventative measures that are so important to take care of, I'm gonna be back on track with those soon. As far as my finances, I've decided, as much as it kills me, it pains me to say, I'm gonna do a low spend year. 2022, I won't say no spend because, right, but a low spend year. And I'm gonna do a video soon on what that means and all of the details of what I decided that's gonna look like. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna link to a video I did a few years ago on getting your financial self together, and I talk about this in there. So the other places I wanna get back into balance, first of all, like my weight and my diet. Having been on the prednisone, you've probably been able to tell I'm getting a bit of that moon face back. If you don't know what moon face is, it's when you're chronically on prednisone, which is a steroid, and it tends to manifest in a very round face, and they call it moon face. You can Google pictures of it, but I don't have it too bad right now. I used to have it really, 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 really bad. So thankfully I know from experience that once I'm off of the prednisone, like it goes back to normal fairly quickly. The other side effect of being on prednisone is that it makes you so freaking hungry, and it messes with your metabolism and your insulin resistance, and it makes you store all this belly fat. That's why I have a round belly from years and years and years of being on prednisone. And someone had asked how long I've had lupus, and the answer to that is way longer than I was diagnosed for. I had it since I was a young girl, early teenage years, I now know, but I was diagnosed 1992, so 30 years ago, right after Courtney was born. It's not unusual for women to get diagnosed right after the birth of their first baby because their hormones are so in flux and their immune system is so. So yeah, I was diagnosed in 1992. I was 19 years old. I had just turned 19. So yeah, 30 years ago. So I've been on these meds for 30 years. Once I got done with surgery, once I had my gastric sleeve and I started losing weight, I felt amazing. My inflammation was down. I just felt so good. And since I've been eating carbs again, sugar, I don't feel as good. And so I really want to get back on track. Now, the other reason I've gained weight is because I've just stopped doing what I'm supposed to be doing. you know, after you have that surgery, they give you parameters of what you're supposed to do, what you're allowed to do. And they just kind of, I don't remember a conscious decision, but they just kind of fell by the wayside. You know what I mean? As I'm eating, I started taking like another bite or two than I probably should have. And I'm like, oh God, I'm really full, that kind of thing. And what I want to do is get back to what I was supposed to do. Because here's the thing, I mean, I might be able to eat a little bit more than before, but if I only eat the 4 ounces I'm supposed to eat, I'm satisfied. It's not like I'm left hungry. I still feel rather full and satisfied. So why eat 6 ounces if I could get away with 4? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to have 71 grams of protein a day, 1,200 calories a day. I'm allowed to have 50 to 100 grams of carbs per day, and I'm supposed to drink a target of 2 liters per day of fluids. That has and always will be my greatest struggle. Oh, and I'm only allowed to eat 4 ounces at a time. And you're not allowed to eat and drink within 30 minutes of each other. So you're supposed to eat multiple small meals a day and get in 2 liters of fluid when your stomach can only hold 4 ounces at a time, and you're not allowed to eat or drink within 30 minutes on either side of when you eat. So if I plan to eat at 2 o'clock, I have to stop drinking at 1:30, and I can't resume drinking until a half hour after my last bite. Do you know how hard it is to fit all of that into a waking window of time? It's so hard. But I want to go back to trying to figure it out. I plan to go into like my Fitness Pal and things where I used to just religiously track my intake. And I've been avoiding it for like the last year or two because I know I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, and I don't want to feel guilty when I put it in, so I just avoid it. But I used to just, I mean, it was my religion. I put in, if I took a sip of water, it was going in there. So I want to go back to like right after I had surgery and like that first year, and I'm going to write down the things that I ate every day and like try to go back to eating that way for a while and see if I can get myself back on track. So yeah, I kind of rambled here, but that's okay. I've missed you guys and I had a lot to say. So if you are still here with me at this point in time, I love you. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys have the most amazing 2022. I'm just wishing you all the goodness, all the love, all the joy, all the high vibes, all of the manifestation, all of the health, vitality, and prosperity that you could possibly hold. May our cups run over in 2022. Okay, you guys, until next time.